Did you know it's not your fault you hate your body shape? Despite what we've been led to believe, there's no such thing as the perfect body or body shape. Yet many women punish themselves mentally, physically, and emotionally trying to achieve an impossible, unattainable goal. Growing up, I was all elbows, knees, and ribs. Everything about me was straight, too straight, according to what I was told. I was too thin. Where were my curves? I was so ashamed of my body. When I finally filled out a little and I got some curves on my lower half, I was given a firm pat on the thighs and told I needed to take care of that before it took up permanent residence. And by the way, buy a padded bra. The shame continued. How could I be straight enough and curvy enough? No matter what, I wasn't enough. After paying attention to magazine and fashion ads and online ads, I finally realized that the fashion industry uses different body shapes and different body parts to sell different products. When they want to sell curves on the bottom, a curvy bottom or curvy hips, they use pear-shaped women because we have curvy hips, seat, and thighs, but they only show those bodies usually from the waist down. When they want to sell pants, a rectangle-shaped body model with her straight thighs is used. For bikini models, they want a tapered tummy, so they choose a model with an inverted triangle shaped body. And when they need to sell one piece swimsuits, they choose a short torso pear shaped model. And the inverted triangle model has a long torso, which is how she can get that really tapered narrow waist. When looking for the best legs in town or a fabulous bust, they'll get an apple shaped model. And while an hourglass shape is held up as the ideal, they are never chosen as models because they're so hard to fit. They fake it by using busty pear models. To sell conservative looks, the models will be straight. And to sell sexy styles, the models will be curvy. Because the message we're supposed to get is if you're smart, you can't have curves. And if you're straight, you can't be sexy. That is so messed up. That is so messed up. And it just feeds into all these misconceptions that we have about ourselves and our bodies. When they want a combination of curves and straight, they choose a rectangle or inverted triangle shaped model who's busty, and they will have her contort her body into poses that will fake the curves on the lower half. The only way to meet the false perfection is to have interchangeable body parts, like a curvy Lego person or a straight Lego person. So, what am I wearing today? I need to be taken seriously today, so let's put the curvy bottom away and we'll pull out the straight one. Well, I'm wearing a skirt on my hot date with my husband tonight, so let's wear the fabulous legs. He's a leg man. It doesn't work that way. Your body shape is in your DNA. I will always have a pear-shaped body no matter what I do. I can be the healthiest and fittest version of myself, but I then will be the healthiest and fittest pear-shaped myself because that is what I am. That's what I have. Hating my body for that helps no one, and it hurts me and those around me. Communicating shaming messages about my own body shape or that of others creates negative biases in those around me. If a female relative or friend criticizes her own body shape and you have the same one, well, what does that say about you? And imagine you heard that growing up. You would grow up believing that yours must be bad too, because if you have what she has and hers is terrible, then yours must also be terrible too. And you can hold on to that for life. By shaming herself, she was shaming you. When you criticize yourself, you are criticizing others who look like you. So now that we've exposed the lies, let's talk about the truth. Every body shape has its best features and challenges as far as wearing fashion trends. Which shape works perfectly for this year's trends will be all wrong for next year's trends. When pinup and bombshell styles were the trend, curves were in. Then the styles changed to tunics, shifts in straight clothing styles, and straight bodies became all the rage because that is what fit the clothes. So do you see the fashion industry chooses models with the body shapes and parts that fit the clothes they're trying to sell or fit the aesthetic or idea that they're trying to sell? There is no one size fits all fashion as far as styles of clothing fitting all body shapes. It doesn't exist, and they know it. And so they choose their models based on what they want to sell. Fashion moves with a fast current, but our body shapes are forever. So instead of tearing ourselves apart, let's celebrate our beautiful bodies, the diversity of shapes out there, and the gifts that they are. And I mean the body you have today, right now. This body deserves to be loved, appreciated, and embraced. It's beautiful, it's perfect, it's glorious, and most importantly, it's yours. And that is all it takes. That is the only thing it takes to make it perfect. It's yours. Learning to dress your beautiful body shape in the styles of clothes that will highlight all your best assets can be an incredible confidence booster because every body shape has beautiful assets, every single one. There's no such thing as a perfect body shape. There's no such thing. And if we can let that go, it is so freeing, I promise you, knowing that that does not exist. Well, it does exist. It's yours. The one you have is the perfect body shape for you. But this idealized standard that's out there, it's not even true. They're using different ones to sell you what they want to sell you. So learning how to highlight your very best assets because you have them can change everything, because suddenly that's what you're seeing. That's what you're shining the spotlight on. And I would love for you to tell me right now in the comments one fabulous thing you love about your body, because we've got to change this. We've got to change the dialogue. Let's start looking at how amazing our bodies are. And if you aren't sure what your body shape is, I have a free downloadable cheat sheet to help you figure it out, as well as videos about each body shape and how to look and feel your best, because it's a game changer. When you're wearing things that highlight all your best assets, you suddenly feel amazing. This was not what I was going to talk about today. This was not my plan. It was a last minute change. It's something I feel passionately about, and I just had to share it today. It just felt like the right thing to do. So let's take a quick look at the comments. Amanda says, "You are so genius." Well, thank you. I would say I'm observant more than anything. I have taken a deep dive into the body shape topic. I have 2 body shape courses called Style Your Silhouette Course 1 and Course 2. And each one is separate for each body shape. And so I started this for myself, learning how to dress my own body shape. And the messaging out there was all about shame. Hide this, cover that. And I totally disagree. We don't need to hide or cover anything. We just need to spotlight our best features. So that's why I have noticed this as I've spent all this time doing this. It's an observation that I've made, and it makes me angry. Actually, I get so mad every time. I'm like, ugh. I see it all the time, and I hope you see it now too. I hope you can see it when you see these, especially when it's a cropped only part of a body. They do that all the time. Let's see. I've got to make my screen bigger. I can't see that far. Giselle says, very true. Well, I hope it becomes more obvious to more of you now, because it's like the Wizard of Oz and stepping behind the curtain, right? And you see that the wizard is really just back there. Like, that's what it is. We're in the Emerald City, and it all looks perfect and intimidating, but we step behind the curtain and we see what's going on, and our eyes are open, and it's freeing. It's freeing. I hope it frees you. Anne says, where can we get the body shape info? My assistant is posting the links right now to where you can get that information. There's some articles, and then in those articles you can get the download for the cheat sheet to help you figure out your body shape. I want to thank you for joining me today. I enjoy this as always. For those of you who are new here, my name is April, and every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, I share a style snack with you. Jennifer says, I have learned so much about my body in your Style Your Silhouette courses. They are so good. I embrace my shape and love that it's curvy, and I have some great assets to shine a spotlight on when I want to. Jennifer, thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate that. And you have no idea how it warms my heart to know that you are embracing your shape and loving your curves and recognizing your best assets. I have 3 girls, and each one of them has a very different body shape. And I want them to grow up knowing that theirs is perfect because it's theirs, and that they don't need to try to look like somebody else. They don't need to look like me. They don't need to look like their sisters or their friends or anyone else. They need to look like themselves. And that's another reason I feel so passionately about this. I don't want them to live with those shaming messages and thoughts that so many of us grew up with and are still struggling with. So Jennifer, thank you. Thank you. Anne says, thank you so much. Well, you're welcome so much. Thanks for being here. I will be back next Wednesday, again at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, to share another style snack with you. And we will be talking more about our body shapes and the messaging around them. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you soon.